Hey you guys, okay, so today I'm going to be sharing with you so many things. We're going to be talking about my plans for the anniversary sale, which is coming up. You guys asked a lot of questions about that in my last video, and I did address it at the end of the last video, but I know a lot of you guys, just may have asked before that, but I'm going to talk about that. Got a few new things to share with that. I'm going to share with you guys some of my favorite things, makeup, some new like snacky things, a new coffee that I really like, and you'll know I'm not like a huge coffee person, and when I find something that I like, I feel like it's really good. So I've kind of been into that lately. And what else? Oh, and then the biggest thing, one of the biggest things that I was going to share during this video. In the last video or the video before, I kind of mentioned briefly about my little like beauty area, closet, makeup organization, whatever. You guys have seen me on here for over 10 years, and I've talked about this before, but you guys have also seen me film in a lot of different places. You've seen me in complete rooms that I had set up that was literally the purpose of the room was just a filming room, had all my makeup and everything. And I've said this so many times, I found myself not really feeling that that was useful for me, like in my day-to-day life, because I don't want to go in there where I kind of am filming a video or like feel like I'm working or whatever to get ready. It just felt like a set. It felt a little not like something I wanted to do. I like to get ready just in real life, like where I like to get ready. And so then I kind of ditched that. I was kind of over that. Everybody has all these like nice, like sets and makeup rooms that do YouTube, and I get it, but it just did not work for me. Like I tried that and that's just not real for me. And so then I just started filming where I got ready, and that stuck, and that's what I really love. But when you do that, you may not have this like huge, I don't say unrealistic, but do you know what I mean? This huge area with all of your stuff set up. So I have my makeup like in my little vanity drawer. I'll kind of show you where I get ready. And it works because it's just what I use every day. But doing what I do on YouTube, I get so much stuff to try. I am constantly shopping for new things. I had a lot of things, like a lot of extra makeup, right? So when I did my closet, which is in a little room that's adjacent to ours, right here. If you open the door to our bedroom, it's literally like a little room right there. And I always said it's almost like you would put a child's nursery in there. I didn't do that for Olivia because I wanted her to have the biggest bedroom. And so the other bedrooms are kind of like in a little clump to themselves. You know what I mean? So it always felt kind of by itself. There was no bathroom around it. Do you know what I mean? It was just kind of like there. And so it was kind of a weird room. I turned that into my big walk-in closet that you guys have seen. I film in there sometimes. And in there I created like a little nook that has, some drawers, and that's where I was keeping all of my extra makeup. And I thought, well, when I want something new, I'll just go in there. Well, guess what? Never happened, okay? Never went. It's just not handy. Like, I get ready in there. I'm not gonna walk down the hall and And when you can't get your eyes on everything, you're not using it, right? My body products, you're gonna need a lot of organization in this video too, right? My body products, my hair products, everything was kind of just like under my sink, like I had it since, that's how I used to store it when I was a teenager, at my parents' house, everything. And I never could see what I was using. And I don't like things sitting out, but I wanted an area where I could actually see things and use all of these nice products that I have. And have my makeup a little more accessible when I'm in there. I like filming in here because I get a lot of light and stuff, but when I'm actually like doing my makeup or doing a makeup video, I like to do it in there where I actually do my makeup. So that's our master bathroom, and in there Brad and I each have like our own little vanity area, like our own sinks, but on the like hers side or whatever, or the person who's like the most high maintenance, like let's just be honest, could be the guy. My side's like all over twice as big as Brad's, right? And it's got this area where you can like put a little chair, which is kind of common. And, you've seen that in a lot of houses. They'll have like the little nook where you can like sit and get ready. There's a little drawer, whatever. So I love that. And, and that's when you see me film. The tub's behind me, the shower's in there. It's a big, nice, open air, airy space. And then, the potty and everything is in a separate little like water closet kind of on the other side. Like it's got its own door and stuff. So right in between our vanities, there's a doorway, and that is where like the real master closet is, right? And it's this long room. And it's within itself, it's kind of separated into a his and her section with this little, not a header, but like a little part where the wall kind of separates. And so the front half is smaller, and so that was what Brad always used to use. And then the back half is bigger, and that's kind of like the hers section. But when we had our clothes in there together, I kind of took over a little part of the his section because I wanted my shoes on that big, you know, like when you walk in, there's that pretty, you know, rack with all the, you know, like built-ins or whatever for the shoes. So that's what kind of prompted us to build the other closet. So when I moved into my closet a year or so ago, a couple years ago, I forgot when I did that, a couple years ago, I guess, I was like, wow, Brad, look at all this space. And it would be like just a few shoes on this, and then like, you know, things are really spread out, and then there'd be like a section that had nothing in it, maybe like a little box of something, or just, you know, it just collected like little random things. It was just weird. It was like so spread out. So I decided to put all of Brad's stuff in like what used to be my section, like the big section of the closet in the back. He's still got room to spare. He's got like a nice, you know, rack, you know, he's got like a nice like built-in thing for his shoes. Like he's got a lot of space. The old chest is out of there, so he has got like a big space. Well, then when you first walk in or when you first look in, I made that like my beauty area, because right when you're standing like at my sink or you're getting ready right there, it's literally like arm's reach. Like you can just get in there and get what you need. I'm not like walking somewhere weird or going, it's like everywhere. Like if I want to grab a body lotion or a different perfume or a hair thing, it's just all right there. I made a section for all of my makeup. So when I'm actually doing my makeup in there, I can just grab for things that I need. And I used the coolest organization system. It's like every single little piece that you see there, this is all my makeup, right? Like I've got some in the drawer in my vanity, but this is all my makeup, y'all. And every single one of these, it's very deep, so it's deceiving. It holds so much more than you think, but this totally customizable. These are so amazing. They stack really well. I'm gonna do a video really in depth about this soon. And I kind of love how I did that above that with that little mirror and a little candle, you know, just something kind of cutesy. These are little things that I use in our pantry and some of our kitchen cabinets downstairs. And I brought a few of them up and I was like, this is what I need. And you see people arranging a lot of their products and a lot of things like this. And, you know, the whole big thing is arranging things by like, you know, color and rainbow. And I'm the biggest, like, I'll give the biggest eye roll to that, because I'm like, I'm not gonna arrange my books by color or this by color or that by color. Arranging like their food by color. I've always been a very like by type kind of person, but when I arranged my closet a few years ago and I did a lot of stuff by color, it's by type, but it's, you know, by color mainly. So much better. Beauty products, the first thing you think of is like what the product looks like. So you automatically know where everything is. It's very odd rather than keeping just all the perfumes and all that. It's odd, but it works. And I have used things that I had totally forgotten about. I feel like I'm getting to really just like use everything, especially my makeup. And yeah, I'll give you guys a big overview of that soon. Oh, something else too on the right, I have a section that I haven't quite filled up yet, but I've got all my, you know, got my hair dryer like on its little stand. I've got a little bin that has like my, you know, curling irons or any kind of little like hair tools or whatever, which that used to be shelved in our linen closet. So that's really nice. I can actually see all my things. And when I'm not using my camera and my lights and stuff, I can kind of put it in that little empty nook. I will do a really in-depth video of that. That's only been something that has been done maybe over the last like month or so, and I'm not the type that just does it and gets done with it and just calls it a day and let me just throw up a video about it. Like, I really like to take my time with things, kind of using a space and then like moving things to where they work, which is why I did that in the first place. So really excited about that, and I've been really excited to share that with you guys. Second, let's talk about the anniversary sale before I get into some of these products and, you know, my favorites. So the anniversary sale, you guys, I know it's big. We talk about it every year for maybe the past like 6 years or so. It's like, it has legit become a thing. You'll start seeing videos roll out pretty soon, and I say every year I don't get it. I show the video when you guys can actually, like the first second the sale begins, because if I show a video now of like a catalog and say, hey, look, what does that do? You cannot buy any of these things. So the early access starts on the 11th. The public sale starts on the 19th, which means everyone can shop. But on the 11th, if you have a Nordstrom card, you can shop. Usually I go in the day before, in store, before anything hits the website, and that's like where higher tier card members can shop, and that's a special thing. That'd be like on Wednesday, right? This year I think I'm going in on like Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. And it's like super exclusive, like even more so than that day, which that's what I did last year, and that was a big deal. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you guys everything. I am going to actually post the video like, I don't even know, like 3 a.m. midnight. I don't even know what it is. the second the sale drops online that you can buy anything, I'm gonna share with you guys all of the things that I grabbed, because I could post the video ahead of time, like the day before, like I could come home and film it and post it, but you guys couldn't even fill up your carts with those items yet. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not even on the site yet. It's all brand new things. That's what's so great about the sale. So I'm gonna shop all the beauty things, clothing. I'm gonna go in and get my hands on it, and that's what I like to do. So follow me on Instagram. I'll do like stories while I'm there. I'll kind of show you guys like what's there. I don't like to do dressing room videos because I just don't like to share with you guys things that I'm not truly buying. I get that that's an easy way, you know, to kind of like show a lot of things and get people to click a lot of things, but I will show you the items that I actually spend my money on, that I cannot recommend anything that I'm not spending my money on. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Just follow me for all the information. If you follow me on Instagram, that is the best way to stay up to date. Follow me here for new videos. But I will have a new video up on Thursday next week. So the day the sale drops, and I'll get into more specifics and stuff then. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, because when I go into the store early next week, you'll get your first peek at the actual items. So that'll be really fun. Okay, let's go through these favorites. Let me talk about this blush. Okay, I've talked about it. I think I showed it in a recent video, but the Busy Gal blush by Tarte. There's two shades, the Break Time and the Mood. Mood is Break Time's a little darker, Mood's a little lighter and brighter, and I think I like the Mood the best. And I didn't really put on a lot today because I wanted to show you. You can like swirl it, and you can swipe it. I don't put the other one on the other cheek, so I don't look completely nuts, but it's so smooth, it's not greasy. You can just kind of put it with your fingers, and I have been loving products that are like a little creamier, but not, I don't like a sticky cream. Isn't that beautiful? And then whatever, I'll just put the other on the other cheek. The Break Time, slightly dark. I'm using a lighter hand because this one is not dark, but if you have a slightly darker skin tone than mine, or you're a little more tan, grab this one. But this one is beautiful. Actually, I kind of like, I'm gonna layer that up, okay? And then don't blend. No, I'm kidding. You definitely won't blend. So, and you can just use a light, light touch with your hands to blend that in. Such a clear pink. Do you know what I mean? That's what I love about stick blushes and things like that. And like, you can just kind of brush it in if you want. But I kind of like to just use my fingertips. But anyways, very good formula. Really, really love that. I promised you guys, I'm going to talk about that coffee too, but hold on. I promised you guys I would talk about this, because in the last video, I talked about that Chanel mascara, the new Volume Revolution, that was kind of sticky and clumpy. Some days it was good, some days it's just, I don't know. But this is kind of like the opposite of that, because, okay, the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara, first of all, the Better Than Sex, that's such a good mascara. This one, when I first got it, I was like, what's gonna be the big difference here? So the brush is shaped just like the Better Than Sex mascara, maybe just a tad bit fluffier, a little bit larger, just by a hair, maybe just a little wider. This is a 24-hour formula, but it's not so aggressive like a waterproof, so it's not gonna leave you, hard to remove or anything, but the formula is light and moussey. Okay, well, why am I even applying it? It's done. But the formula is light and moussey, and it's very dramatic, it's buildable, and that's kind of what the new Chanel one wasn't. I love the original Chanel Volume. That stuff is so good. So I'm not really understanding the new like Volume Revolution de Chanel. I'm not really understanding it because it just doesn't build well. It's a little goopy. This is one of those mascaras. It builds in the shape of like how a feathery mascara builds, do you know? And I love those that are a little lighter, a little featherier. I actually have another mascara, and it's one that I tried a long time ago. Speaking of the Better Than Sex, it came out, I feel kind of a little after that, the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. It's kind of shaped like the Better Than Sex mascara wand. This one does not look as like, okay, like this one is very thick, It's not, I don't want to say clumpy, but it's thick and dramatic. Now this is thick and dramatic, but it's in more of a thin, wispy way, okay? But it builds dramatic. Looks a little cleaner. It's like a clean drama. This is a good one. Check it out. I've really been enjoying that one. I'll go ahead and just finish all of the beauty stuff before I grab some of these snacks and this coffee, because I really want to talk about that too. Since I have been more tan, or not really tan, I still feel like I'm fair, but I like to just have a little sun-kissed look. I have been going to town with that Jergens foam bronzer since the beginning of spring. Repurchased it. I wanted a bronzer that kind of deepened me, you know what I mean? That kind of, because I don't tan my face, so I kind of wanted to have a better a better vibe without like, you know, that you could build up without the orangey. And you guys, I've had so many bronzers, so expensive, whatever. This compares to bronzers that I've spent like 5 times the amount on or more, and it is the butter bronzer. I was looking for this word, because the Muru butter bronzer, some kind of butter, by Physicians Formula. And it's bizarre because it kind of, it's more of a powder than a cream, whereas this is more of a cream than a powder. But it goes on in a very creamy way without a hint of orange. And that's what I'm wearing, and you just can build it up. And I did it very light today, but it smells beautiful. And a lot of you guys asked the last time I used it what shade you're using, and it's just called the Sun-Kissed Bronzer. Or maybe that is the shade, but I only saw one shade when I bought it, but I guess it does come in other shades, but this is just a very good tone. It smells amazing. Check this out. If you're skeptical, branch out and try something a little different. I think you just cannot go wrong with that. I really love it. And I've been using the highlighter that goes with it as well. I'm going to do a video soon with all affordable makeup products, which I think will be really fun. But the highlighter is a little more creamy. But it smells so good. That's what I'm using today. It's just real good stuff. Okay. The eyeshadows I have been obsessed with are the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, especially in the shade Marie Antoinette and Rose Gold. And the Rose Gold is what I'm wearing today. And today I just did it in a very like soft wash, but what I love is that you can really build it. So if I wanted to really like, okay, like really say, you know, like I wanted more color, you can really build it up. They're moussey, they don't crease. Once they set, they're set. They are just so incredibly beautiful. I could definitely pile it on a little more, but it's kind of hard when I don't want to mess up my eyeliner because I am going somewhere today and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be ruined because I do like my eyeshadow today, which is probably why I shouldn't have messed with it. But you know what I mean? Like you can kind of, you know, tap it and get a little more color. But they're just so easy. And for like, oh my gosh, like as long as I can remember now, really, I have been just more of a soft wash eyeshadow kind of girl. A cream eyeshadow, a single color, something I can just wash on, put on my lid, put in the crease. I don't want a million colors that I'm having to blend and tug, and I just don't think that's great. So I've been obsessed with that. And then the Marie Antoinette, you guys. I'd say if you're just gonna get one, grab the Marie Antoinette. It's just gorgeous. It's the most beautiful color. That's the one that I use the most, well, because I've had it the longest. I just really kind of got into the rose gold, but that's both of them together. And just probably the best formula of a cream shadow I've ever used because it's a little moussey and it actually sets and it does not turn back into a cream that creases once it melts with your body heat. Let's talk about a few jewelry items. So into like the whole, like, okay, and I said this in my 90s video that I posted a few back, and I showed this bracelet at least, but I didn't show these. Embracing trends in a way that's not just like in your face, so literal, but it's like a trend that's done in a beautiful way, right? So embrace the whole shell thing without wearing like a straight up puka necklace from, you know, the 90s or the early 2000s. Like, I love how this is done. It's a beautiful shell. And it has these beautiful like rainbow stones on each side. It's very like random and beautiful. You can layer it, and then it has this beautiful clasp, or not clasp, but just, you know, you pull this and it can fit any wrist, any like loose or tight as you want. And I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's so fun for summer to like freshen up the bracelets that you wear all the time. Like these are the ones I wear all the time. This adds a little something, you know, but without looking too like over the top, but it's like a fun way to freshen it up. And then these I've had for a while and I haven't worn them yet, but it's kind of the same type of thing. It's like little pearl, like little natural looking pearl little danglers on these beautiful hoops, and so beautiful for summer. It's kind of that whole same like like shell vibe. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of looks just pretty and beachy and in a nice way. It's not like a big shell hanging off your ear or whatever, which is great too if it's done in a good way, but like, do you know what I mean? I just think that's really pretty. Told you guys before, I'm not a huge, like, if I go to Starbucks, I have like this kind of panic attack of like, what do I want? I am totally not, like, I don't know how to order coffee. I kind of have like little freakouts when I go through the drive-thru at Starbucks when I'm like, I want a little something different. What do I want? I get up there and I'm like, I have no idea what I want. Cause in my mind, I don't know. I don't have like this order that I like. I just like end up reading something off. I don't know. I'm not a good coffee orderer. it's a lot. Most of the time, I'll just get like a refresher, or I'll get one of those like peach tea, whatever they have that's like not sweetened, and that's just what I like. I don't know, I just don't want to order a lot of coffee things, because every time I ever order coffee, especially from Starbucks, because they are like making it, you know, which is like a legit thing, that's good, but it always tastes different because it's really just whoever makes it, which is great. I mean, that's fine, that's what it is, but it's not ever like where I'm like, oh, I've got to go back and get that was so great, because I just don't care. I would rather go, and I've said this so many times, just through the McDonald's drive-thru and just get one of their coffees. And it's so good. If we're ever out of town, if we're ever anywhere, I'll just get a pot of like regular ass coffee. That sounded so bad. Regular coffee, not like ass coffee. Okay, let's just forget I said that. Regular coffee. And, you know, I don't like a bunch of fancy stuff. I don't like all these pumps of caramel and this and that and double shot. Don't care. So I have been really into my Keurig again lately. I just thought, you know, I like to have coffee at home. If I ever have people over or whatever, I like to have a Keurig for that reason, because you can make anything with it. I like it for like hot chocolate. I use it to make tea, you know, like I'll put a tea bag in it and just do the hot water rather than heating up the tea kettle. It's just too much, you know what I mean? It's easy. So I kind of went back to the Keurig. I saw, and I didn't know that they had these, but they have a whole thing of the McCafe pods for your Keurig. And I got this one that's, I think it's the darkest one they have, and it's this blue one called Colombian. And it is so good, let me tell you. I've gotten so many pods for the Keurig. And this is why maybe I don't love the hot coffee from the Keurig. I don't love like making a huge thing, because it's like, I don't make giant cups even though I have a giant cup. I usually just like a little bit, because very rarely can I make it through the whole thing. But I don't like the ones that's like, yeah, and I'm always drawn to them, right? The Christmas blend, here's a cookie one, or waffle, or donut, you know, cinnamon donut. I'm always drawn to those, but then it's kind of like, I always drink and I'm like, oh, I hate coffee, what is this? And I'm like, it's just that I was getting the wrong kind, because that's what I loved about the Nespresso, is that it really was like strong coffee with a little bit of milk, you know what I mean? And so but it's hard to find ones that don't taste bitter, because I've found so many Keurig ones that are dark that just taste really bad. And so this one is very, very good. And what I do is I don't put any sugar in it. But, so you want to buy this, okay? The one that says Colombian. I saved the box so I could show y'all. And that's what I got right now. It's very delicious. It's really good. And see, now it's cooled off up here, because I made it right before I came up. I've still got so much because I haven't been drinking it. So I'm going to go put it back in the microwave. Like, that's how good it is. Now, a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll just put a touch of skim milk in there. We don't always have skim milk. We usually use 2%, which is what Olivia drinks. I don't like to buy almond milk and all that stuff. I would used to buy almond milk and coconut milk. Almond milk's pretty fatty, doesn't taste the best to me. Coconut milk's like, and if I'm just using it for like little splashes in my coffee, I waste so much of it. And so I just kind of got sick of doing that. So I started buying like coffee creamer. I don't like the powdery kind, but the kind that you buy and put in the fridge, once, even though it looks like it's gonna last forever because it's got like a good expiration date on it, you're really supposed to use it within like, I think like 10 to 14 days of opening it. And Brad doesn't drink coffee, so I'm like, I can't do that. So I end up wasting it. So I grabbed these, and this is my favorite brand that used to do the actual, you know, pourable creamer that I used to buy, but it's just in little things that you don't have to keep refrigerated. So I just keep this in my pantry, and I just grab one when I need it. And they're tiny, and they're like 25 calories. And I get the ones that's the Natural Bliss vanilla. It's not syrupy tasting. It's not disgusting. I just open one, pour it in, and I don't even have to sweeten my coffee, and it's so good. And when I make green tea, I put it in my green tea too. Like, I'll make a big thing of hot green tea, and I'll pour one of those in there, and it is so good because I like to put milk in my tea, but that was really, really good. So that's what you should try. Oh, and then one more thing, okay? So because I always forget to share like food and stuff, and I like snacks. So I'm a salty snacker. Like when my parents come over, my grandma especially, she's always like, got anything sweet? What you got sweet in here? And I'm always like, I don't keep a lot of, I just don't keep a lot of sweets. Olivia may be the only kid on the planet that doesn't like chocolate or candy. She's just not excited by it at all. She's just like me. She just wants like salty snacks. But it can trip you up because for me, like I could like snack on chips. That's like my favorite. Like give me some chips, give me whatever. Not the best thing for you. Crackers a lot of times are just kind of like, don't like them. These are so good. So it's the Snyder's brand that makes those like yummy pretzels. Oh my gosh, you ever get the little buffalo pretzel bites? Those are so good, but so dangerous. These are so good. They're called Holy Cheese. I keep repurchasing these because they're so good, and this is the flavor that I like. I think there's 2 flavors that I saw. There's like a cheddar and then a smoked Gouda, and the smoked Gouda one is good. But they're so light and fluffy. They look like little cheesies. They look like little pillows. So crispy and satisfying, like a chip. They don't taste like a dried cracker. It says, I'm airy, crispy, and baked 40% less fat than the leading brand of cheese cracker, which they're probably referring to Cheez-Its. They're just so satisfying. The texture. Okay. Okay, stop. Let me save them. But they're pretty satisfying because they're really satisfying because they're very flavory, very flavorful. Doesn't pair well with coffee. That was a weird little combo. All right, let me think. Anything else? Oh, let me talk about this dress. This is so pretty, you guys. Okay, it's so comfortable. Kind of. So you can kind of like wear it up a little higher. You can pull the little sleeves up a little more if you wanted kind of like more of a, I don't like that because it gets too up under my armpit. But it's meant to be worn a little down like this. It's so comfortable. I love anything that's this sort of, you know, material. It comes right below the knee, but it is just the sweetest little dress. It's got a little slit in it. So cute and flattering. I love this. I'm gonna carry it with us when we go to the beach. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I will do a whole video on how I did organize everything in there and kind of break it down and show you every little thing and break down the little makeup organization a little more. I just wanted to run through it quickly. Like, don't look too close because it's not done. But I just thought it was really fun and something that I've really been enjoying putting together lately. And maybe, you know, if you've got something similar, or even if you could just grab some of those little turntables or grab some of those double-tiered things to even put under your cabinet or wherever you do store your things. If you can put your eyes on everything, it just makes it so much better because we can spend all this money on these fancy products, and it's just a shame if we just shove them somewhere where we can't really like see them, or to kind of like get the good out of it and use it before they go bad, especially. So we'll do another video on that that's more in depth, hopefully this next month. So many fun things coming up. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, and I'll keep you guys so up to date about the sale, and hopefully let you guys get the first peek. So love y'all so much. I'll talk to you soon. I'll link to everything that I talked about. And yeah, have a wonderful week, y'all. See you later. Bye.